Hey everybody, this is Andrew Alvarez. I'm coming to you a little off pattern right now. I'm actually outside doing a little walking. And while I'm at it, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Sign up for alerts on this video. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you're not. How would you let me know that you're not? My name is Andrew Alvarez and I'm the Latino conservative. So I wanted to come to y'all this way because there's some things that I've been working on with my campaign wise, digitally. And for those of y'all who know me, y'all know that, I know the digital side of marketing when it comes to sales, when it comes to just about anything. I can analyze and get you the data you need and figure out how to do the digital side of it. So that part I have. What I am doing right now is I'm outside and it's hot and I'm walking. I'm going to walk about 2 miles today just to get acclimated to this Texas heat. For those of y'all who aren't very familiar with campaigning, there's really and truly two aspects to a campaign. There's one that's called the digital side of it, which is what everybody thinks is going to happen. What everybody thinks it's going that way, meaning email, meaning text message, Facebook, social media, websites, all of that stuff. However, there is a big part of it that people forget about. It's that one-on-one relationship building. It's that one-on-one communication that you have face-to-face through ways of what they call grassroots campaigning. And what grassroots campaigning sometimes entails is walking miles a day, going door to door knocking. Now, for everybody who knows me knows I've been in car sales for about the past 11, 12 years, somewhere around there, I forget now. Prior to that, I was in call centers. And prior to that, I did door-to-door Kirby sales. That's right. I got a little experience doing the door-to-door thing in South Texas, selling $2,000 vacuum cleaners to people who had no idea they were going to buy a vacuum cleaner that day. Not to mention a $2,000 vacuum. So I have a little experience doing that, but it's been a while. I've been around the sun a few times, so just getting reacclimated to this, it's like, well, one, it's definitely way hotter now than it is then. Don't know what you believe in, if you believe in climate change, if you believe in any of that, but I can definitely say confidently that now, today, it's definitely hotter in the summer than it was back then. But what I do remember about that is starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, doing our hype up meeting in the morning, listening to some Zig Ziglar, standard sales stuff. Then as soon as that was over, 9 o'clock, we were on the road. In fact, we were trying to pound the doors by 9 o'clock. We would go out on these big old crews and start knocking from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. And that was an all day thing. Went through, I don't know how many pairs of shoes. And we had to dress decently because, we were professionals going out to these places. We were asking customers to spend thousands of dollars with us on a whim. So we had to at least look the part. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm getting reacclimated to this, walking, because even though my official grassroots campaign won't start for about a year from now, I still want to make sure that I am well in shape for that. And again, for those of y'all who also have been following me, who know me, about a year ago, I could barely walk right now. About a year ago, 4th of July weekend, not this weekend, but the weekend before that, I had a bad leg infection that took me out. So I'm still recovering from that in all actuality. I can ride a bike decently. In fact, I could ride a bike way better than I could walk because of the impact. That there was some fluid that built up in my knee that got infected, but apparently that fluid was cushioning my joints from arthritis. And it sucks now. But it's nothing that I can't overcome. There's not very many people out there that are going to work harder at something than I will. I overcome objections. I overcome obstacles. That's just me. And if I wasn't able to do that, I don't think I would feel justified in running for this position that I'm running for. So for those of y'all who don't know, who just know that I'm running for office, it's kind of real important. I need y'all to realize what I'm running for is a big thing. I'm running for Congress in 2022. That's right, guys, Congress. You know, technically the same seat that Nancy Pelosi sits in. She's in Congress, although she has a higher position in Congress than most everybody else. She's the Speaker of the House, but same office. Looking at Texas in the Houston area, south of Houston. In fact, the district that I'm looking at runs all the way around Houston, from Katy down to Missouri City over to Alvin, Webster area. So you know it's hot. That's why I'm out here walking. I've already got about a half mile in, but I've still got 1.5 miles to go. And I'm saying all this because I want you all to know that I'm going to work for everybody, not just myself. I'm not doing this just for myself. I'm doing this for everybody on my friends list, everybody that's not on my friends list, because my full-time job right now has me, or had me, I should say, going nationally, training car dealerships all around the country. So I kind of know what people are like, what they look for all around the country. People around the country are different. The people in New York are different than the people in Texas. California is different from Florida, so forth and so on. But I've been there. And I know that if I do make Congress, if I do something, it'll have national ramifications. Whether I am working on a bill for hurricane relief funds in Houston, or if I'm trying to get something earthquake, heaven forbid, or a huge earthquake hits California, and we need to give them some relief. No matter what I do, which bill I work on, it's going to have national ramifications, because one's going to take from another. Then you also have things like laws that are going into play, like real legit laws, like voting laws. You've got one party that is trying their damnedest to get mail-in voting going. And honestly, I am still 100% for in-person voting. Former President Barack Obama, in one breath, said we need and absolutely must have mail-in votings to be safe. We cannot go on, and we will die as a country, essentially, because everybody's going to get the coronavirus if they go vote in person. But in the very next breath, he also encouraged younger people to go out and protest and stand up for their cause. I can stand with that. Young people do need to go out there. They need to go out and stand for their cause. Because quite honestly, 18 to 24-year-olds aren't dumb. They know what they want, and they need to stand up for what they want. But to say, go out and protest, but don't go out and vote, that's being really hypocritical. I don't know how you could justify saying that. Not to mention the scene or the setting that was taking place in at a funeral. Come on, really? Have some decency. So yes, go out and vote. I've got one friend that told me he's not voting for president because it's either going to be Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Now there is another candidate out there. There's a couple other candidates out there, but the most notably other one, Jo Jorgensen, she's on the libertarian side of it. So, like I said in my previous video, if you align yourself with the Democratic Party, but just don't like Joe Biden, and you don't like his policies, you don't have to vote for Donald Trump. You can vote for libertarian, or an independent guy that's out there. I forget his name, but there's an independent out there running. Vote for Kanye if you're in Arkansas. But this friend of mine told me that he may just not vote for president. He's going to vote in the other elections, Congress, Senate, whatever other ones are out there. But he's just not going to vote for president. He aligns himself with the Democratic Party, but just doesn't like Biden. Biden and Harris are not Texas. They do not represent Texas 1% at all. Okay, maybe I lied. They're a representative of the people who came to Texas from California. Maybe that's a better way to put it. But they're not true Texans. They don't represent Texas. They want to take our guns. Kamala Harris said that she's going to ban all assault-style rifles. So what that means is I could have a little .22 that looks like an assault rifle, and she's going to ban it. I mean, come on. It's a little .22. There's also a manufacturer out there that manufactures a gun that looks like an assault rifle, feels like an assault rifle, but it shoots standard 9mm handgun rounds. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that it's a deadly round. It could kill somebody. It could kill something. But when you're comparing that to, 30-06 rounds, when you're comparing that to rounds shot out of an AR-15 that they say the AR stands for assault rifle, but that's a hunting round. When you compare a 9mm to that, it's a slower round. It's a heavier, but heavier doesn't penetrate nearly as far. It's got a blunt tip. Yeah, it'll do some damage. But try shooting a wild pig with that 9mm, and if that wild pig is charging you, you're not going to do anything to that wild pig. It's going to bounce off of it. She wants to ban those style. AR stands for Armor Light Rifles. Not assault rifles, but it's Armor Light Rifles. It's a brand. It's kind of like just the chassis of it. It's like, in other words, saying truck. The trucks you have, the Chevrolet, Dodge, Toyota, GM, Honda even. But AR would be truck. Anything that is that style. Truck or car or van. So if you like that type of policy, those types of politics, by all means, do your civic duty and vote for them. If you don't like that and you don't want them to California our Texas, vote for Donald Trump or Joe Jorgensen. There's more than two candidates out there, guys. And really and truly, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm kind of leaning towards Joe Jorgensen for no other reason than because I would like to see a third party win for once. It's always been Republican or Democrat. And that's it. I don't know that we've ever had a president that wasn't a Republican or Democrat. And I can go do a quick search just to verify that, but I really don't think, right off the top of my head, we've never had a president that wasn't Democrat or Republican. So I personally would like to see another party win. I think that would do a lot of good things for this country because our country is built on a two-party system. There are so many parties out there. When I was registering with the FEC, heck, I even saw a political party that started with La Raza. And as much as I wanted to click on that, I can't. Because, in all honesty, there is some strategy behind the game. One, I aligned myself fiscally with the conservatives, which is the Republican side of it. And two, like I said, this is a two-party country. Even though there's more than one parties out there, there's more than two parties out there, there's way more than two parties, there's the independent side of it, it's a two-party country. So, again, you don't have to vote for Joe Biden. You don't have to vote for Donald Trump. you can vote for Joe Jorgensen, who is the Libertarian candidate. Or heck, if Kanye makes it on your ballot, you can vote for him too. So I'm going to continue on with my walk, sweat up a storm over here, get acclimated to this Texas heat in walking. And while I'm at it, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Sign up for alerts on this video. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you're not. How would you let me know that you're not? But go vote. Go register to vote if you haven't already. My name is Andrew Alvarez, and I am the Latino Conservative.